Hello, and welcome back to the Inquisitive Approach. My name is Briss Manley, and I am here to talk to you today about the importance of outdoor play, specifically unstructured free play outside for children. And I think we all know that we need to go outside more. You know, there's a lot of technology and a lot of inside activities that we take up our time with. And we all know, I think most of us are aware, that the science suggests that the outdoors is good for us, for our bodies and our minds, for our health, for our emotions, for our spirituality even. But I think the part that we miss is the importance of this time outside being unstructured. I think we've become, as a society, more and more worried about the success of our children as they grow up. And this is, I think, because of capitalism, because people can capitalize on your fear that your child isn't going to succeed in life. And they can tell you, if you buy my educational product, if you buy my educational toy, if you watch my educational show, if you have your child attend educational extracurricular activities, all of these things costing you money, if you purchase these things, your child will succeed. But the fact of the matter is that what our children need to succeed is, and I'm saying this as an early childhood educator and someone who researches child development for fun, more and more what I'm finding is what our children need to succeed is unstructured play outside. And there's a few reasons why they need this. They need this, like I already said, the science says they need it for their bodies and their minds. Just for their physical health and mental health. But they also need it as a pre-prepared yes place. So what do I mean by that? Montessori has something that they call the yes space, which is usually indoors. And they set up a space where you can say yes to your children, where they can touch everything in the space and do whatever they want with everything in the space. And the space is designed to fulfill their desires. A yes space. And I've noticed that the outside is a pre-prepared yes space. Because as a preschool teacher, when I was inside, I noticed I was doing a lot more policing, a lot more saying no constantly. No, you cannot scream. No, you cannot run. No, you cannot climb. It's not safe. It's not, the indoor space isn't capable of holding it. Your screaming will distract people who are working in offices nearby, etc., etc., etc. But when we went outside, I found there was a whole lot less policing. Policing is something they warned us in college, in early childhood education, when I studied it, to try not to just be a police officer, always saying, no, don't do this, no, don't do that. And they said, try to prevent these things from happening by creating spaces where children can do what they need to do, and where children can actually, these yes spaces where children can actually do the things that they desire to do, like climbing and running and yelling. And the outdoors is this prepared yes space. And I noticed that I said no a whole lot less because there was more stuff that they were allowed to do outside. So that's a huge reason why we need to go outside. And for unstructured time where they can just do what they want to do in this prepared yes space. And I also believe that the outdoors cultivates curiosity. I believe that one of the biggest problems for our children is that curiosity is being dampened by overly structured activities. I was homeschooled. I was pretty much unschooled. Not quite, but I was close to unschooled. And you could say my mom was an almost unschooler. And I had so much curiosity. When I went to public high school, I was brimming with curiosity. In fact, when I went to college, my professor said I had too much curiosity. They said that I was interested in things outside of the bell curve, and that they weren't teaching what was outside of the bell curve because they only had time to teach the bell curve, to teach the majority of what happens most of the time. And so I was asking all these questions, these outlier situations, and they were like, we don't have time to teach that. So they were essentially telling me that I was too curious. But I would challenge you that this is the kind of curiosity we need to cultivate, because this is what will make new discoveries in science, new discoveries in engineering, new discoveries in medical health. It's when you ask more questions and you want to know more than what there's already to know. You want to know answers to questions that are still as yet unanswered. And that's the kind of curiosity we need to cultivate in our children. But our education system, what I noticed is that my peers were not curious. The only questions they would ask would be like, is this going to be on the test? In other words, do I need to memorize this information for Friday's test, or can I just forget this information? They were not drawn by curiosity. And it's my theory that unstructured time outdoors can cultivate curiosity, because the outdoors is this vibrant area full of questions and answers and things to research. And like, you can take technology outside, you can take an iPad outside and be like, oh, what kind of bug is this? Let's find out. Let's Google, let's take a picture, let's go on resources and find out what kind of bug this is. Let's get out books. Like, you can take technology outside. I'm not saying technology is bad. I'm just saying we need unstructured play outside, and I think that will help cultivate our curiosity, and I think that will be the change that we need in education. Everybody is saying like, oh, our children are not scoring well in tests, standardized testing, and oh no, blah, blah, blah. What is happening? Children are struggling academically. They're not learning to read. All these things. And I think the problem is actually that we have so many academic programs because we're pushing children academically. But the thing is, we're taking the cart before the horse kind of thing. Because what children need to succeed in school is they first need the time in preschool and time in the summer and time in before and after school to that early childhood education piece. That's when they need time for free play outdoors. And we're taking that away from them and trying to push them towards academics at the young age of 3 years old. We're trying to teach them the alphabet and every shape and every color and all sorts of complicated scientific ideas, and we're taking them away from this place where their curiosity can be explored and cultivated. And so I think we've really messed up, and I think that this is a very simple fix. Just take your children outside.